Okay, I'm ready for any flu outbreak. Thing is, I've got no glasses, so I've just like, that's the thing that you're going to have to do. If you get a flu mask, I just choke myself. Colloidal silver. You need to get some glasses. I have got some somewhere, but I just can't find them. It'd be a hoodie for now on. Let's be a hoodie. Anyway, right. This, I find really funny. Right. Flu confession could cost lives. No, confusion. People are underestimating the dangers of flu. Could be putting their lives at risk, says the man in charge of vaccinations in England. A survey of more than 1,000 people found that a third of them thought flu was the same as cold. Professor David Salisbury is urging over 65s and at-risk groups to visit the GP for their flu jab. These people are chronic conditions including heart disease, asthma and diabetics. Similar arrangements are made in other parts of the UK. Professor Salisbury, the director of the immunisation for the Department of Health, said that last year fewer than half of the eligible people under 65 took the advantage of the flu. Well done! More than 4 believed that feeding a cold and starving a fever. Well, you do feed a cold. Do you know why you feed a cold? You feed a cold with vegetables and minerals and vitamins which contain vitamin C. That's why you feed a cold. You don't feed a cold with just chocolate or something. And starve a fever. You starve a fever from sugars so it doesn't escalate. You know, talk about taking literary. And there was appropriate advice. This 1 in 3 said vitamin C could cure it despite no evidence in the case. Okay, so the doctors that have said on YouTube and doctors that have said that vitamin C is the basis of all scurvy-based diseases. Scurvy-based diseases, you know, when the old ship crews used to go on ships and the oranges wouldn't last, would they? The fruits wouldn't last, and they used to get scurvy through lack of vitamin C. Now, when you get the flu, it's a rapid depletion of vitamin C, which makes the capillaries in the lungs harden and can cause them to bleed, and you basically drown on your own fluids and such. But it's a rapid depletion of all vitamins, of vitamin C, and near enough every virus is scurvy based. So how they can make this statement, I don't know. But yeah, it seems they're doing their campaign about going to get the flu jab. Also, at work today, it's funny because I had to do a post round today because there was very short staff. And they were stressing, and one of my bosses was like, oh, we're not going to get it covered, we're not going to get it covered. Because with the postal service, Royal Mail, it's the manager's responsibility to make sure that office is clear. All mail must be delivered on the day that it arrives to the office. There's a law in this country where you can withhold mail. If I don't deliver a letter today that I've received in my mail, I could get done for withholding mail. Withholding the Queen's mail. Yeah? So it all has to go out. It has to clear the office. And if there's not enough postmen to clear the office, the managers have to deliver it. So they always try and get it covered. Oh, I'll pay you 3 hours to do that. I'll pay you 2 hours to do that. And they get people to cover it. Anyway, they managed to cover all the work in the office today, even though it was stupidly heavy. And that's the other thing. In the newspaper, it's saying that mail is dying off. Get your facts right. It's increased by 30% in the last month. It's stupid. The amount of mail we take out, that's another discussion I'd like to have with other countries, actually. Anyway, he said that, I said, why can't you cover all the jobs? And he said, well, there's some holidays. He says, and so many people are off with that flu-y sickness. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, just chuckled to myself, because I've told them all, you know, about vitamin C. Now, I just want to make a point. I've got an allotment now, so that's great. I can grow my own vegetables. Now, a friend of mine on here, Todd, he's I've known him for a while. He's actually got some really good tracts. He writes some tracts of reasons. So it's worth having a look at his page. I can't remember his full name, but he comments on my page all the time. He made a point of like, but it's best to eat the fruit itself. Yes, it is. He's right. He's 100% right. If you're buying it from Tesco's, you can't guarantee that it's not been irradiated. So I would supplement. If you're growing your own vegetables, or you're getting it from somewhere where you know that it's grown and it's not been radiated, you won't need to take as many supplements as I take, etc, etc. I'm more talking about supplements when you know they're spraying, take more, or eat more, or if, for argument's sake, all food is irradiated and Codex is in practice now, for argument's sake, you would need to take vitamins, unless you're growing it yourself. But as I say, I've got an allotment. I have got a sodium light as well, so I could, in theory, grow something indoors. Excuse me, if needs be. I probably could grow something indoors anyway, because I've got windows, haven't I? You know, you could grow anything really if you really wanted to. You could turn your whole living room into a grow room. Right, another thing, postal service, right? Company I work for, the average round, Royal Mail round, okay, is who I work for, I'd say weight-wise, most postmen take out 100 kilos of mail a day to deliver, and it's predominantly junk mail, but unfortunately junk mail makes the money, because you know, first class stamp mail doesn't make money like it used to. You know, 33p to take it from one end of the country to the other, etc. the next day. You know, did have the best postal service in the world, is slowly being ruined. That was in the Daily Mail or the Daily Express last week. They're trying to automate our postal system. A computer, telling us how long we're going to be on the post. I was setting up that computer system, but as they was asking me to sort of rush it, and I felt I was cutting corners, I told them to stick it. So that's why I work in the locker now. But it's just so heavy. It's just so over the top. Like the amount of crap sent through the door. Like Barclays must send me a letter every month asking me if I want one of their credit cards. Barclays, I don't want your credit cards. Littlewood's catalogue, I don't want your catalogue. I don't care if I've got £25 off and I'm in the first place of a bloody prize draw for £10,000. I don't want your catalogue. Cable TV, stop sending me your crap. NTL, stop sending me your crap. BT, stop ringing me asking me if I want Vision TV free. I don't watch telly. Yeah, it's just crap all the time, crap through the doors all the time. And then the dustmen are going to, or the people who collect the paper, are going to turn around and start charging us for picking up litter, etc., picking up our waste, etc., etc., or trash, as you'd say in America. I am going to start taking packaging and junk mail back to the place where it was taken from. Like, if I get too much junk mail through the door, I'm going to take it back to work and go, there you are, you dispose of it, I ain't paying for it. Same with Tesco's. The amount of crap. Is there other mail services in the world, do you take out complete crap every day of the week? Because we were the best postal service in the world and we're slowly becoming the worst. And that's not out of choice, that's out of government pushing us the way they are and cutting things the way they are. Just a question. Alright, bye.